Here we are in South Los Angeles at the Accelerated Charter Elementary School. This is Darin Noriyuki, and he's one of our project managers on site.
A lot of the areas are inaccessible right now because they're digging holes. Last week they were pouring concrete up on the larger building. Okay, this is the administrative building, mostly. This is one of the points of elevator access to the basement parking. So they're just finishing up with installing the doors and windows. And they're working on the ceiling and light fixtures. So this is the main courtyard podium deck, and in that enclosure over there is going to be a play structure for students. This is all one building. This is building B. Mostly we got this thing called a learning wall, and it's a set of cabinetry / it's all modular space for educational use, where it's like instead of the classic blackboard, you have an interactive space where the students can use this a TV or a projector, and then it's displayed it's supposed to be something that uses much less space, and you can carry. It has a whole bunch of space for electronics and whatever supplies that they might be storing in their laptops. So that's basically what that is. Tables all over here. And if you come in here, this is the multi-purpose room, which will be used for various things, from eating to having assemblies.
This is the central courtyard with all the classrooms around it.
This is what's known as the podium. This is the top deck to the basement parking. So what's going to happen here, you see where the drainage is set. The slab is going to end up at that level, right there. So they're going to pour 2 layers of concrete, 1 layer of slurry and a topping slab in here before this is done. You can see how high the doors are above the structural deck. This is the structural concrete. So they're going to pour that much more concrete in 2 layers. Okay, one is just a filler that can filter any water that seeps through the concrete, and then the topping, which is the finished layer of concrete that'll get painted. This is where all the play yard, right? The main play yard with the basketball. It'll have. You can see the post over there. That's going to separate the pre-K play area on that side. Those first few classrooms are the preschool and kindergarten over there. So they have an isolated play area. Then the rest of this is open play area, for all schoolyard games. This is the main entry. This is the main entry that comes off of Main Street and turns this way. The other side of the main entry will be another play field, and then a surface parking. So this orange building here, that's building A, that's the administration, where the principal and the nurse, staff, all the administration to the school. The green building is the classroom building with all of the student classrooms and restrooms. And this building here, building C, this is their multi-purpose room, and the kitchen is in there. Full cooking kitchen. And then
The area where there's going to be a big tree. We've been talking about that for months now. I think we finally decided on a Japanese maple, I believe, is the final verdict was. So this is all going to be planter. It's going to look real.
green wall there on the other side of the lunch area. So Jonathan's looking forward to that being a really nice, relaxing space in the corner. So we all laugh about the search for this tree because the original tree that was going to be purchased was it wasn't much of a tree to his, matching what his expectations were. So they had to find a tree. They just recently last week found this tree, this Japanese maple, which has a canopy probably 20 foot wide, 25 foot wide. Beautiful tree. So this week the joke has been, okay, how are we going to get it in there? We're going to have to crane it off the street over an 18-foot wall to get this huge box tree.
Sit on the slab.
But the shim,
Yeah,
the purpose of the shim is to fill that gap
Right,
for the bolt to go through.
correct. When you
So-
tight in this one, this thing doesn't go like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if the manufacturer's providing that shim, they've got to have a calc for that attachment.